we've been travelling around for the last 7.5 years in the car, just living, on the side of the road, just getting by on CD sales off the street and money that people throw in our case, guitar case, appreciation money. Hopefully there's just enough to keep the car registered and eat the next meal. Kiam is the most unique person that I've ever met. He's batshit crazy. He was born with cerebral palsy.
It's something that I've had to deal with all my life.
He doesn't drive, he doesn't have a licence.
When it came to the workforce, it was challenging to find work in physical work because I couldn't do those sorts of things.
He doesn't have a phone, he doesn't do Facebook.
A lot of people come up to me and say, what is that music? I like that music.
He can't write and he can't remember lyrics, but he just makes it all up as he goes. I think he channels, it seems to me that it's coming through from somewhere. And he doesn't know how he does it, but he just does it. It's what he does. Kiam is the blues. Kiam ended up in an intensive care unit earlier this year and it really brought everything to a screeching halt. It was a hard moment. I didn't know if we're going to be able to keep going beyond that. It was already hard before that and now diagnosed with diabetes and blood poisoning.
So I was busking on the streets of Port Macquarie on my harmonica and he drove past and double parked.
I ran over to this guy that was busking with his harmonica and I said, mate, that's awesome, that's just, I love it. I play a bit of blues slide guitar.
And then he said that he was going to Western Australia, would I like to come?
And he goes, yeah, rightio. So we shook hands, introduced ourselves, went and had a jam. And actually that night there was an open mic night in Port Macquarie. And we went to that and we had a play together and it was crap and we got really drunk. And actually I got kicked out. And I had to come back the next day and get my gear, but that was the beginning of Mojo Bluesmen.
Started busking in Sydney. When we started the band full-time, that's where we started, at Central Tunnel. We recorded our first CD, Whiskey and Women, there. The good thing about the city is there's a lot of people, so usually anywhere you go, there's a crowd to play to.
This has got to be the best real estate in Sydney, I think. Right in the middle of it all, and we've got this golf course right here. It's beautiful. It's nice and peaceful. We never have any problems sleeping here. Definitely no crims or, there's not that element around Rose Bay, so we feel pretty secure. We've got the millionaires all around us.
My personal favourite kind of blues is country acoustic blues. I love people like Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, Blind Willie Johnson, all the early sort of more acoustic blues players. There's just something honest about that style of blues that's really appealing to me. You could imagine just sitting in a street corner playing it like we do.
You're really exposed to whatever's out there and, crazy people and fun people and all sorts of situations. You just never know what you're going to encounter. We get a lot of crowds dancing on a Friday, Saturday night, the nightclub traffic. Loading and unloading the van, it's a little bit hard. Sometimes it's taxing. Kiam can't really help with it, so I sort of do it all, but it's just part of the job and it's what I do. A truck driver fell asleep at the wheel and crossed over into my lane and we had a head-on collision at highway speed.
Tim's father phoned me and said that Tim was just been in a big accident on the highway at Bundaberg.
I ended up with 2 broken legs and a broken pelvis and broken arm and busted my head open, lost a couple litres of blood. It was a pretty gnarly accident.
9 times out of 10 I would have been in the car.
The vehicle was torn in half. So if Kiam was in the car, he was mincemeat on the highway. It was literally, it tore it down the middle. And it's really made me stop and appreciate a lot more. And when I finally get some compensation money, it'll be real good.
Sometimes you come off the road and you think, geez, I've had it with this, you know, I wouldn't mind just taking a break. But usually it only takes about a week, and, you know, back to the normal life to go, I don't want to live this kind of life, I want back on the road.
We've got the constant threat hanging over us all the time that, you know, we might not make it through to the next thing, but we just keep going and somehow we keep hanging in there.
I think in life we have demons and we have angels on our shoulders sometimes, and it's just a matter of we can control the demons enough to let the angels win the war. I think it all rotates in a melting pot to make the experience worthwhile. So you need to experience both sides of the coin to appreciate it.